Hello, hello. Every once in a while, a new technology, an old problem, and a big idea turn into an innovation. With this famous quote by Dane Cameron, I wish good morning to all ladies and gentlemen present over here to this magnificently glorious day. I, Dr. Shwetlina Mishra, on behalf of Centurion University of Technology and Management, extend my warm welcome to this grand finale of Smart India Hackathon 2022. I'm extremely privileged to welcome today's honorable chief guest, Professor Gopal Krishna Naik, Professor, Xavier Institute of Management, Bhubaneswar, and former director, IIIT Bhubaneswar. Thank you, sir, for giving us your precious time. I'm honored to welcome today's guest of honor, Mr. Subham Agarwal, Nodal Center Head, AICTE for Smart India Hackathon 2022. I'm honored to welcome guest of honor, Professor Supriya Patnaik, the Vice Chancellor of Centurion University of Technology and Management. It's my great pleasure to welcome Professor Jagannath Padi, sir, Director, Centurion University of Technology and Management, to this event. And Professor Sujata Chakravarti, this event. Light is the symbol of brightness and prosperity. As sunlight expels the darkness of night, similarly, blessings bring in our life prosperity and happiness. To make this event a blessed one, by kindling the lamp of knowledge and wisdom, I invite all the dignitaries to the dais for the same. Now, I would like to invite Professor Jagannath Padi, Director, Centurion University of Technology and Management, to present the welcome address. Sir, please. Okay. I would request our student volunteers to present the floral welcome to our guest before we proceed further. Now I request Professor Jagannath, sir, to present the welcome address.
Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I extend a warm welcome from the core of my heart and from the core of the heart of our university and the organizers. So particularly for this hackathon, I welcome the participants who are the core of this event, who have the idea of converting an innovation to a product in a scientific manner, and to evaluate that. And we have already specified the product that is to be done here, specific to a requirement of an organization, and that is like ITBP. So when we were discussing in our preliminary preparations, we emphasized on the problem statement and its applications vis-a-vis ITBP. So in the process, we learned a lot, and this is what I'll say, the to a smart motivator. With this, we have introduced a system of internal internship. So people think about a problem statement, and do up to a prototype. That has to be done during the summer vacation. That is internal internship. So immediately after that, we got this. So we are on the move gradually. So thank you all. And I hope our hospitality was satisfying to all of you. And there are some initial hitches, and that usually happens, so that we go back very, very happy. So let us start with a bang. And I wish all the students, all the participants, a happy journey through the process of innovation, so that they reach the destination and go back with all the satisfaction in mind. Thank you and welcome again.
Indo-Tibetan Border Police was raised on October 24, 1962, for recognizing the frontier intelligence and security setup along the Indo-Tibetan border. The motto of the force is Shaurya Dridata Karmanishta. ITBP has submitted problems which roam around the ground personnel posted in the high altitude and remote areas, while a civilian like ourselves can barely survive. Keeping this harsh situation in mind, a person who faces such situation is able to examine the solution better. We recognize the effort and the hard work put in by these all people who are saving our life. So for this, we are felicitating some of the ITBP officials. So now I request on behalf of CUTM to welcome those officers and request our chief guest to felicitate them one by one. Mr. Sudhir Yadav, I would request, please come on the stage. Mr. Prakash Chandra. Mr. Kamalesh Kumar Sharma. Mr. Avadesh Yadav. Dr. Vinod Kumar. Dr. Naveen Agarwal. Mr. Vikash Kumar. Mr. Kulwat Singh. I would request Professor Supriya Patnaik, Vice Chancellor of Centurion University, to present a memento to our chief guest. I would request Professor Jagannath Padi, Director, Centurion University of Technology and Management, to present a memento to Mr. Subham Agarwal, guest of honor of this event. Now I take this opportunity to request our guest of honor, Mr. Subham Agarwal, Nodal Center Head, AICTE, to present the inaugural speech. Sir, please.
Honorable Chief Guest, present excellencies, professors, and all the participants. A very good morning to all of you. It's an honor to have been asked to deliver the inaugural speech on this grand occasion. In order to work towards our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi's vision for making Atmanirbhar Bharat and strengthening the Jai Anusandhan initiative, MOE, AICT, I4C, and Persistence System, along with Ministry of Education Innovation Cell, organizes the Smart India Hackathon, which is the world's largest nation-building initiative to harness the innovative brilliance of the youth and develop digital products for solving some of the country's pressing problems. This is the 5th edition so far, as the first edition was launched in 2017. Since then, the participation got exponentially increased, so as the enthusiasm and innovative thinking of these participants. We got more than 40,000 teams registration in campus level hackathon from all over the India, and around 2,000 teams are able to qualify for the grand finale, comprising of 15,000 students distributed at 75 nodal center. As always, this time also, Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji will be interacting again with the student participants of the Smart India Hackathon today itself, in the evening around 8 p.m. I want to thank to all attending members who have been come from long distances to participate. Thanks to Centurion University of Technology and Management for hosting this wonderful event. I wish all the participants a very best of luck. Thank you.
It's my honor to invite guest of honor, Professor Supriya Patnaik, the Vice Chancellor of Centurion University of Technology and Management, to address the gathering. Madam, please.
Professor Gopal Naik, Chief Guest of the Day, Mr. Shubham Agrawal from AICTE, Professor Padhi, Dr. Sujata Chakravarti, our esteemed guests from ITBP, all the participants, media personnel, and my colleagues, and all participants on the online forum. Welcome to this event. A very warm good morning to all of you. We at Centurion University we are the youngest and the first skill university in Orissa. And we take great pride and in hosting this event, the Smart India Hackathon 2022, the grand finale of it. We're very happy to host all the participants from all over the country who are here in different teams who are responding to the problems which have been posed by ITBP. Being a social scientist, I always kind of say that at the center of all this, at the center of all that we do, at the center of all innovation, at the center of a mindset of problem solving is people. We are doing it for society. We're doing it for people. If you all bear that in mind, I think that's what will bring out the best solution to a problem. I think that we look forward, and I especially look forward to some of you coming up with the most innovative ideas and hope that the best person wins, because we really would like to get the kind of solutions that ITBP is looking for its problems. So I hope you're all geared up, and I know that you have been preparing, and we have been as well, to support you in delivering what you would like to in the next few days. I look forward, again, I say I look forward to the solutions that come out of this. As somebody said, it's really the prototypes, but we would really look forward to what's the thinking behind it all. So with that, once again, I welcome you all, and I thank the AICTE and the Government of India for actually, encouraging this kind of culture of innovation to come up from schools and colleges, and then, so that it becomes more of a mindset and people can actually go forward trying to find solutions to problems. So thank you. With these few words, I again wish you all the very best in your endeavors to find a solution. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam, for your inspiring words. I feel honored to invite Professor Gopal Krishna Naik, the chief guest of the event, to please address the gathering and share a few lines to inspire our young minds. So please.
Professor Supriya Patnaik, Vice Chancellor of the University, Mr. Shubham Agrawal from AICTE, Professor Padhi, Director of the Technology Institute, and Madam Sujata, professors, our distinguished guests from the ITBP, and my dear participants. So when I used to be the director in IIIT, I had coined a term called technology playground. The basic idea being that today's learning has become a bit of a rote learning, and it has become a bit of boring. So it should be like a playground. So in playground, we see 4 or 5 important attributes in a playground. One of the attributes is that you need to be competent. You need to have the skills. Like, say, if you're playing cricket, whether you're a bowler or a fielder or a batsman, you have to have the competence to bowl or field or bat. So that is one important aspect, right? So in our field, in whichever field you are in, you need to have the competence in doing whatever you're doing. So knowledge, competence, application, etc. The second most important thing is that playground is fun, right? You go to play to have fun there. So it should not be a boring place. It should be a funny place. People should enjoy whatever they are doing, whether we are, batting or bowling or fielding, etc., etc. So it should be fun. The Third aspect is it it must have a sense of competition, right? I mean, when you go and play, India and Pakistan playing, you can see the sense of competition from both countries that goes on, not just among the players, but also among the citizens of the country. So we must have a great sense of competition and hunger to win, right? So that's another very important aspect. And the fourth important aspect is collaboration. You are playing as a team, right? You're not playing alone, you're playing as a team. So it's a success of the team that matters, not the success of the individual. You could be scoring a century, but if you lose in the cricket field, it's of no use, right? But if even if nobody scores a century, but if we win the World Cup, it's worth it, right? So that's the fourth aspect. So we would like our education system should be like a playground, right? I mean, it should uh, encourage competency among people. It should encourage the sense of to compete and collaborate. And at the same time, you must have fun while you're doing it. So Hackathon is one event, which is one great event when we have all these four things in place, right? So whatever you have learned, you can exhibit your competency in finding a solution. You can work as a team, right? I mean, you learn from each other, you complement each other. Madam was saying she's from the social science. Are we taking a social scientist who's complementing the engineering skills, some of the students? So that is another aspect. You are competing, right? I mean, at the end of it, you want to be the one who's winning the whole event. And while that is going on, we must all have fun, right? So that's another important aspect. So last year there was this IEEE sponsored event it was a virtual event, like people were not around, so they were actually all over the country. I happened to be one of the jury members, and it ran for about 48 hours non-stop. And as jury members, we will enter the Zoom room and then interact with the students every 1 hour, every 2 hours, and then to talk to them and come out of it. And we found it's very interesting ideas. Eventually, they started building in just 48 hours. I understand it's a 5-day event. I don't know whether it's a non-stop event, no sleep event, or you're allowed to sleep. I'm not sure of it. But ITBP would like you not to sleep, right? I mean, that's what they do. But important aspect here is that eventually whatever solution comes up, it should get used in on the field, right? It should get commercialized. It should make money. It should find use among the ultimate users. If that doesn't happen, the innovation actually stops here. So the ecosystem of building the innovation where the colleges, the students, the AICTE, the industry. In fact, I would have liked a couple of industry people to be here to see what innovation comes out of it. They can take the idea and eventually recruit these students and then make it a product out of it and sell it to ITBP. So that entire ecosystem needs to be built. It should not stop with the team winning here, but it should continue further, and then eventually new product should come, and then not only ITBP should use it, we should be exporting it all over the world, right? It's exporting it to US and China and other countries if we can. It should be so good. So my best wishes to all of you, and my congratulations to the Centurion University who is hosting this. And great effort by AICT. As the former director, I keep getting emails from AICT about the various new things they keep doing. So their role has changed from a certifying agency to now actually, instilling innovation and excellence among institutes, which is a very good thing. And congratulations and all the best to all the teams. And may put in your best effort, collaborate, have great fun, and at the same time create great ideas which will be useful for everyone. So with these few words, I will conclude my address and wishing you all the best once again.
Thank you, sir, for such an inspiring speech for the young minds who are really into the innovation and creativity, the best way they can do. I would request our chief guest to present a memento to Professor Satyaprakash Raut, Assistant Professor, Head of the Department Electronics and Communication Engineering, who was recently joined as a product designer, AICTE, MIC, Government of India. I would request Vice Chancellor to present a memento to Priyanka Mishra from IIIT Bhubaneswar. Sorry, Kota. Okay, Dr. Priyanka Mishra. Now I request Professor Sujata Chakraborty to propose the vote of thanks for this event.
Very good morning to one and all present here. Honorable Chief Guest, Professor Dr. Gopal Krishna Nayak, our Vice Chancellor, Dr. Supriya Patnaik, Director, Professor Jagannath Padhi, Center Head, Mr. Shubham Agarwal, all the senior jury members of ITBP and other jury member, press media, IT people, staff and student coordinators of Centurion University, and my dear participants and mentors and judges. And finally, my dear students of Centurion University of Technology and Management. It's really a great pleasure to host a program of national repute. It would not be possible without the help of our chief guest, Professor Gopal Krishna Nayak, who was agreed to grace this occasion. Then the center head, Mr. Shubham Agarwal, who is the key person behind the program, and all the senior delegates from ITBP. Our vice chancellor, our senior management team, including vice chancellor madam, our president sir, vice president sir, director, dean academics, and all the senior colleagues, professors, all the faculty members, IT people, the IT support, and the press, media. Thank you, one and all present here. So I don't want to say or take the name of each and every person because we are running shortage of time. Before leaving this room, I would like to ask Mr. Shubham Agarwal just to say a few do's and don'ts to the participants. Please, sir. Thank you, one alone present here.
So I would like to remind you a few things that you are not allowed to leave the campus until the hackathon ends. And if there is some urgency, one of your member can consult with me, and based upon the situation, based upon the urgency, we can allow you to actually go outside the campus based upon the gate pass that we will issue you. And other than that, all of your ideas protected with the IP rights. So you don't have to worry about any infringement or any kind of issue related to your idea. Thank you.
Next program.